The fastest way to stay broke is not low income. It's letting your paycheck hit your account with no plan. Because if you do not tell your money what to do in the first 24 hours, it'll volunteer itself for random spending, forgotten subscriptions, and I'll fix it next month decisions. So here's what you're getting today. A simple payday routine that takes about 10 minutes works even if you are a beginner and builds wealth automatically. This is not about tracking every penny forever. This is about making the important moves first, then spending what is left without guilt. Let me make this practical immediately. If you do only one thing from this video, do this. The day you get paid, you run the same sequence every time. Bills covered, safety buffer funded, high interest debt attacked, investing automated, spending capped. That is it. That order is the entire game. When your paycheck hits, first, make sure bills due before the next paycheck are covered. Second, transfer a set amount to your emergency fund even if it's small. Third, send an extra payment toward your highest interest debt, or if you have none, add that money to savings or investing. Fourth, invest automatically, starting with your employer match if you have one. Finally, move your spending money into a separate account so you cannot accidentally spend your goals. That is the routine. Now I'm going to break it down so you understand why it works, how much to move, and what mistakes to avoid. Most people treat payday like a green light to spend. They feel rich for one day, then the month becomes a slow leak. Rent gets paid somehow, groceries appear somehow, subscriptions renew magically, and at the end they're confused. That is not a money problem, that is a system problem. Step 1, do a 60-second payday snapshot. Before you move money, look at 3 numbers. What is in checking right now? What bills are due before your next paycheck? And what your essentials cost for this pay period? Essentials means housing, basic food, utilities, transportation, insurance, and minimum debt payments. It does not mean restaurants, shopping, or subscriptions you forgot you had. This step feels basic, but it stops the biggest problem: guessing. Guessing is what makes you overspend early and panic later. Here's a common mistake. People do this in their head. That is how you lie to yourself without realizing it. Write the bills down once and keep the list. Step 2, lock bills first so you don't accidentally spend rent. Now you separate bill money from everything else. If you can, use 2 accounts, one for bills and essentials, one for spending. If you cannot, still treat bill money like it is not yours to touch. If your bills are not automated, schedule them right after payday. Your goal is to remove late fees and missed payments for your life. Late fees are a tax on disorganization. Here's the common mistake. People pay bills last because they want to enjoy payday. That turns your month into stress management instead of wealth building. Step 3, build a starter emergency fund. This prevents debt. If you do not have an emergency fund, every surprise becomes debt. A flat tire becomes a credit card charge. A medical bill becomes a payment plan. A job interruption becomes panic. Start small. Your first target is either $500 or $1,000. That alone prevents a lot of common problems. After that, build to 1 month of essential expenses, then 3 months. If your income is unstable, build towards 6. Keep this money boring and accessible. A simple savings account is fine. Emergency funds are not for returns. They are for stability. The common mistake? People try to invest their emergency fund to make it grow. Then the market drops right when they need the money. The emergency fund is insurance, not an investment. Step 4, attack high-interest debt with one method. High-interest debt is anything that charges you double-digit interest, especially credit cards. If you're investing while carrying 20% plus interest, your debt is quietly beating your investments. Pick one payoff method. The avalanche method saves the most money. Pay minimums on everything, then throw extra money at the highest interest rate. That snowball method can be easier emotionally. Pay minimums on everything, then knock out the smallest balance first for momentum. Either works if you stay consistent. The routine matters more than the perfect strategy. The common mistake? People make extra payments when they feel like it. That turns debt payoff into a mood. Automate one extra payment every payday, even if it is small. Step 5, get the employer match, the free money. If your employer offers a retirement match, contribute enough to get the full match. That is one of the only places in life where you can get an instant return that is hard to beat. If you're not taking the match, you're choosing to be paid less than you could be paid. Even if you have debt, you can do both. Take the match, then prioritize debt payoff with everything else. The common mistake is people skip the match because retirement feels far away. Then they work for years and miss thousands of dollars of free money they can never get back. Moving on to step 6, automate simple investing. Don't overthink it. Most people delay investing because they think they need to be an expert. They want the perfect portfolio, the perfect time, the perfect strategy. Meanwhile, time is the biggest advantage that you have, and waiting destroys it. If you're a beginner, your goal is not stock picking. Your goal is consistent investing into a diversified option, like a broad index fund inside your retirement account. The routine should make investing boring. Start with a percentage. If you can only do 3% or 5%, start there. Then increase it when you get raises. That's how investing becomes automatic growth instead of a stressful decision. The common mistake? People invest only when the market feels safe. That usually means they buy late and stop early. Your routine should keep investing consistent in good months and bad months. Step 7, give yourself a spending cap for this pay period. If you do the routine correctly, you need a final step that protects you. A spending limit that is clear and guilt-free, because if you do not set a limit, spending will expand to whatever is available. This is where the two-account system is powerful. After you fund bills, emergency fund, debt, and investing, you transfer a set amount to your spending account. That is your fun, food out, shopping, random money. When it is gone, it's gone. Not because you were punished, but because your goals were already paid first. This is how you stop feeling broke. You'll know exactly what you can spend. The common mistake? People keep all the money in one account and rely on discipline. Discipline is unreliable when you are tired, stressed, or bored. Step 8. Use a raise rule so lifestyle inflation doesn't eat your future. Here's the rule that quietly makes people wealthy. Every time your income increases, split the increase. Half goes to your future, half improves your life. If you get a $200 per month raise, you immediately increase investing and savings by $100 and let yourself spend $100. You'll still feel the raise, but your wealth will grow faster every year without you trying. The common mistake is people raise their lifestyle first. Then they wonder why they never feel ahead. If every raise disappears, you're running in place. Step 9, monthly leak check. It's 5 minutes just once per month. Once per month, ideally on your first payday, check for leaks. This is where most mystery money goes. Subscriptions, bank fees, delivery apps, small charges you forgot, insurance rates that crept up. You do not need to become obsessive. You just need to look. One canceled subscription and one better insurance quote can create meaningful monthly breathing room. The common mistake is people assume small charges do not matter. Small charges are exactly what drain your account quietly because you don't feel them in the moment. Step 10. Update the routine when your situation changes. If you pay off a debt, that money should not become lifestyle spending by default. It should get reassigned. If you get a raise, your investing and savings should rise with it. If your rent increases, you adjust your spending cap. The routine is not set and forget. It's set and review. The common mistake is people automate transfers and never update them. Then they wonder why progress feels slow, even though their income improved. What this looks like in real numbers? Here are 3 simple examples. Here are realistic payday setups. These are not perfect budgets. These are examples of how to assign jobs to your money. If you are lower income or starting out, let's say you bring home $2,000 per month. Your first goal is stability. You might do $25 to $50 per paycheck in an emergency fund and $25 to $50 per paycheck as an extra debt payment if you have high interest debt. If you have a retirement match, contribute enough to get it, even if it is small. Your spending money might be tight, but the routine still works because it is consistent. If you are middle income, let's say you bring home $4,000 per month. You can aim for a stronger routine. Build to 1 month of expenses in your emergency fund. Attack high-interest debt aggressively and automate investing at 10% if possible, starting with the employer match. Then set a spending cap that still lets you enjoy your life. If you are higher income, let's say you bring home $7,000 per month. Your routine should protect you from lifestyle inflation. The danger at higher income is not bills. It is upgrading everything. Automate investing and savings first, then spend the rest. If you do this, you will build wealth fast without feeling restricted. The point is not the exact numbers. The point is the order. Bills, buffer, debt, investing, spending. That order works at almost any income level. When you run this routine every payday, you stop living in reaction mode. Your money does not vanish because you already assigned it. You stop relying on willpower and start relying on automation. You reduce stress because emergencies stop becoming debt. And you build wealth because investing becomes consistent instead of optional. If you want a simple challenge, do this for the next 2 paychecks. Just 2. Run the routine exactly as written, then look at your account balance, your debt, and your stress level. Most people feel a difference immediately because the chaos disappears. Here's a 7-day challenge. Today, set up one automation. Just one. Either the emergency fund transfer, the extra debt payment, or the automatic investing contribution. One automation in the next 7 days. Then comment what you choose and why, because that one move is how this whole routine becomes real. I'm Carlo. Thanks for watching, and remember, this is not financial advice. It's your life, your money, and your choice whether you want to drive your wealth or park it in the driveway until it disappears.